Today marks a bleak anniversary for our planet.
3 years ago, the first case of a global plant virus was recorded, which started to ravage most of our ecosystems.
The world's leading research laboratories have been trying to find a way to stop this deadly pathogen, but so far their efforts have been unsuccessful. The latest research shows that people who consume food infected with the virus develop severe autoimmune diseases.
In addition, the loss of plant life has contributed to the concentration of oxygen in the atmosphere to decrease to 18%, the lowest on record.
The rapidly disappearing forests cannot recycle enough carbon dioxide to maintain this level for much longer.
These atmospheric changes have caused an increase in natural disasters around the globe.
As oxygen levels drop below 10%, people will begin to suffocate. Our beautiful planet Earth is doomed.
But humanity still has a chance of survival, and their best hope is Project Gemini, developed by Dr. Stephen Ross.
The project centers around an archaeological find discovered 8 years ago by a group of paleontologists who found 2 unique objects of extraterrestrial origin.
The artifacts were estimated to be more than 4 billion years old.
Stephen Hawking once said that if humans are to survive long term, we must find a way to get off planet Earth. He was optimistic about our chances, and in fact, as it turns out, he was right. These unique devices that we found appeared on Earth before life itself. We don't know what mysterious stellar wisdom created them and left them here, but we received this gift on the brink of extinction. We managed to recreate the super tough materials that the sphere and the engine are made of, and we precisely copied both of the devices. Now, each of them as an identical twin. The warp engine for interstellar flights has allowed us to find a planet, more or less suitable for terraforming. The unmanned vehicle completed a jump to the solar system tests and returned with information and samples that confirmed our theories. And this device, this sphere, is for creating life. After years of research, we discovered a way to control the sphere and the engine. These devices have their own unique language. We decoded dozens of commands, each of which corresponds to a certain pattern. This pattern gave the initial command that the sphere began to carry out more than 4 billion years ago. The sphere uses chemical elements from the environment and creates a true miracle. Life. Now we know life on Earth was created by this machine. The sphere is our starting point. Let me introduce you to our team of leading research scientists. Our team consists of Dr. Peter Lehman, a specialist in extraterrestrial warp engine. Dr. Leona Redwood, a terraforming program builder. Today, we're joined by military-trained pilots headed by Major Ryan Cotter. We are departing for the solar system tests, several hundred light years from here. We will bring the sphere to a planet that has the right conditions, and we'll create Earth 2.0, a new home for humanity.
What do you think, Peter? Whoever created this, where are they now?
Not enough data to say. And I don't really like speculating about stuff like this.
This isn't about speculation. It's a theory. Maybe it was a lost civilization. We know from experience how highly developed civilizations are good at self-destruction. Who knows?
Well, got a giant leap for humanity, eh, guys? Only this time, literally. First time in history.
Just as long as something more than a bunch of atoms makes it to the destination.
Still counts. Say it. First time in history.
Attention. And prepare for a jump.
All systems are ready.
Coordinates set. Warp drive set at maximum power.
Ready? Engage.
Where are we? Is this Tess?
Richard, did we complete the maneuver?
Yes, we did. Star maps, they don't match up. It's not Tess.
What coordinates did you put in? Are you sure they were operational?
Of course, sir.
Did you check the engine?
Everything was done according to protocol.
If everything was done to protocol, we'd be in test right now. The mission failed, Peter. There is no hope for Earth now.
Permission to check the engine.
No. You're relieved of your duties. Stay in your bunk until I say otherwise.
Yes, sir.
What's this?
In physics, there is an equation, the Dirac equation. When two particles come into contact, they become bound forever. They continue to feel one another, even if they are light years apart. It's called quantum entanglement.
That's physics for you.
Not just physics. Try to set the jump trajectory. Maybe it'll help us figure out where we are.
No, Steve. The trajectory's not clear. The data doesn't make any sense at all. Look, we entered the fourth dimension, but it's almost as if we moved along the coordinate axis that we can't access. And then we jump back into three-dimensional space. But where?
Is there anything around us that can help us figure out our location?
No. No landmarks, nothing even remotely familiar. We have no point to set a return jump.
So that means that until we figure out where we are, we can't get back.
No.
What's that?
The repair airlock of the engine compartment was open.
Why? Who's there?
Repair airlock. This is the captain calling. Airlock report.
Unidentified object approaching. Unidentified object approaching. Unidentified object approaching. Unidentified object approaching. Unidentified object approaching.
Shit!
I can't believe it.
Calm down, Leela. We gotta keep our cool if we want to survive. We're already a man down.
Peter ignored Steve's orders, went to the engine compartment, realized what he'd done, and that was the end.
Peter wouldn't have. I knew him. I worked with him for 8 years. He couldn't have given up so easily.
Leona, enough. How can you defend him? Now we have to deal with the results of his mistakes. Do his work for him. One person put multiple lives in danger. He almost destroyed humanity's only chance of survival. That's who you should be crying for.
After Rita died, I didn't want to live anymore. But then I thought, instead of ending it all, I could make it mean something. So I decided to devote myself to the mission. But now it turns out that I'm less useful here than on Earth.
David. Everything will be all right. We'll find a way out of this. The future of Earth depends on our mission. Giving up is not an option. We need to establish what part of the universe we're in. Richard, do you have anything?
Not yet. I'm tracking the movement trajectories of the nearest stars and planets. I'll try to calculate our position from there.
David, what about that planet? Any data on the probe?
Just loaded.
Great. The surface of the planet is made of volcanic rock. There's no biosphere. There is an atmosphere, but without oxygen. The average temperature is 16 degrees Celsius. The outside environment isn't aggressive. All we'll need are breathing masks. It's perfect. If I could choose between Tess and this planet, I'll go here. Do you realize how lucky we are? What was the likelihood of winding up near a planet that's perfect for the sphere? What if this isn't an accident? What if we were brought here on purpose?
By whom?
The same thing that left us a sphere. Ryan, get ready to disembark.
What do you mean?
We can complete our mission on this planet.
But we haven't examined it.
But this is our chance. If we launch the sphere on this planet, we'll have enough time to understand where we are. Then other ships can repeat our jump. Richard, prepare the lander to go down to the planet.
But it's a young planet. The atmosphere is unstable. We don't know anything about it. It might not be safe to make a surface landing.
I agree. You are recklessly risking the safety of the crew, and I'm against it.
Thankfully, I'm the one who makes the final decisions.
No, Steve, it's too early for decisions like these.
I said, we are landing.
Richard. Show me the landing area.
You'll land here, in the valley. Where the conditions for descent are optimal.
We're ready. Initiate undocking procedure.
Undocking sequence initiated. Engines activated.
Height is 30,000 meters. Coming down.
The storm front is heading your way.
It formed a few minutes ago. Couldn't have predicted it. Winds are up to 40 meters per second.
So hold on. Activating braking thrusters.
What the hell was that? What's going on?
It's the wind.
Storm is quite aggressive.
Rate of descent is twice as high as the landing speed. We're falling. We're gonna crash on the surface.
I can double the thrust. It'll slow your fall.
If we do that, we'll burn all the fuel for the return flight.
If we don't, we will die.
The temperature is too extreme. Your hull is melting.
Damn it! Release the first tank.
I'll try to slow you down aerodynamically. I hope the hull holds up.
We're coming in on it. 33 attack.
Amy? Amy, why did you fly off to? I need you. I got you something.
What's this?
We've been together for a year. You know, the sphere means a lot to me, but not as much as you do. Obviously, I know you two don't get along, so I thought I'd create something to connect you both. It's made out of the old sphere. There was a fragment that really stood out.
It's so beautiful. Thank you.
I thought it would be symbolic. The sphere is our salvation, and you are mine. Let's go home. The sprinklers are about to start spraying.
Let's stay for a while.
What's the status on the lander?
No critical damage. But it's almost out of fuel.
Now we can't get back to the ship. We're stuck here.
Why go back to the ship? Our plan was to come back in 4 years. And now our main task is to install and launch the sphere. We're continuing the program.
But we can carry it out now. We strayed too far away from the landing site into the mountains.
That means there should be caves here.
But it's impossible to deploy domes on this terrain.
We'll manage without domes. A deep enough cave will provide the right amount of protection for the sphere. There, this cave looks suitable. It's big enough and easy to access. Leona, you get the data on seismic activity. David, adjust the program. Everyone else, check the equipment. Get to work, people. What are you waiting for? Conditions on this planet are even better than we expected. Other ships will arrive here soon. The new history of mankind begins here, at this very minute.
We did it. I can't believe it.
Peter would be so happy. He worked so hard for this.
Captain, you need to see this.
He should be here.
Okay, attention team. We're returning to base. Move out.
David, do you have any data?
Not yet.
Dr. Ross, martial law is in effect in the station.
What? Why?
We have new information. Richard.
Starting playback.
This is Dr. Peter Lehman. Against all orders, I will personally conduct an engine inspection. I'm now recording all of my actions, so I'm not accused of tampering with the results. The security cameras are switched off so that I'm not interrupted. I'm not going to be the scapegoat. I'm going to prove that I made no mistake.
What was that? Some kind of a life form? Was that what killed Peter?
I watched all of the recordings from the cameras. It shows up by the sphere for the first time right after we left Earth.
The thing crawled out of the sphere. Straight out of the story of the Trojan horse.
And that Trojan climbed right into the engine just before the jump.
So maybe it caused the failure.
Richard, if that Trojan is still on the ship, you're in danger.
No. It went down with you. Into the sphere. I can track its position. It causes interference in the electromagnetic field. Here's the video from the cameras right before the landing.
I've got the first data from the cave. Something strange, Steve. Levels of CO2 and oxidation inside the sphere are rising, but there aren't any biomarkers.
What? Could it be a malfunction?
No, it's working and at full capacity, just on a different program than the one we've uploaded. It's doing something else.
Regroup. We're going back to the sphere. We need to adjust the settings.
Nobody's going anywhere, Steve. We'll adjust the settings later, after we deal with the threat.
But Steve is the head of the project. He calls the shots.
Not anymore. Now it's a question of the crew's survival. Steve, I'm taking command. You're being relieved.
You can't do that. The future of mankind depends on this mission. Only Dr. Ross can carry it out.
Are you sure that Dr. Ross is giving us all the information about what this sphere actually is?
What are you talking about?
Richard, show the video from the cave. Steve saw the anomaly and didn't say anything to anyone, risking the lives of the entire crew.
Where did it come from?
Right from the sphere. Which, as it turns out, we know too little about. What if it's an incubator for those monsters?
I didn't hide a single confirmed fact about the sphere from you. And there was no sense in discussing anomalies.
If we had known about these anomalies, we would have treated the sphere differently. And Peter would be alive right now.
David, I'm sorry I couldn't make it.
It's okay. I understand how busy you are.
Yes, we don't have much time to spare. Why are you here?
The doctor says I'm fine. Gave me a clean bill of health. So I'm ready to join everyone for the pre-launch.
What? I mean, you're actually planning to fly?
You're the one who made me a member of the crew.
But that was before
Rita died. So what? I'm telling you, the psychologist has confirmed I'm okay.
But to lose a daughter, David, I'm terribly sorry. I understand you want to get back to work, but this is not the best way. Right now, you need time to grieve.
Steve, I'm not flying to forget my daughter. She'll always be a part of me. I know the sphere as well as you do, and you'll need me there.
David, listen. All I'm doing is looking out for you.
What? You're crossing my name off. After all we've done, you're going to leave me on the sidelines? I can help you to change the future. Don't take that away from me. What?
We can't leave it like that. We have to go back to the cave and restore the settings.
But Ryan gave orders.
Just you and me. We'll go out quietly.
Whatever killed Peter is still in there.
The Trojan is 30 kilometers away from the cave right now. That means if it decides to come back, we'll have at least half an hour to get out.
What about Ryan?
Ryan's too careful. He's wasting time. Lost days are lost lives. When Rita was dying, you slowly died with her. I saw what that was like. Now imagine that an entire planet is dying the exact same way. Slowly, irreversibly, from the same virus.
What the hell is this? What's going on?
The sphere did this.
You think it was a malfunction?
Not just a malfunction. The sphere is creating an alien life form. And incredibly quickly. Faster than it created life on Earth.
We shouldn't touch it. We need to discuss this with everybody. We need to set a plan of action.
Someone readjusted the settings on the sphere.
The Trojan's getting closer. We gotta leave.
Just a minute.
Can't you hear me? There's no point in risking our lives. Let's go!
Get away from me, damn it! Have you lost your mind?
It's over. The mission is over. Deal with it. The sphere is hostile.
Put the gun down, David. Put it down.
You want to die because of this piece of shit? Too late. It's already here. You're a psycho, Steve. Because of you, we both almost died.
This is not about us. We have to complete the mission. If you had damaged the sphere, all of this would have been for nothing.
Then you should have shot me. Why didn't you?
If you threaten the mission one more time, I will.
Steve, what the hell are you doing? Where were you? Why did you leave the lander against my orders?
We did what we had to.
You no longer have the right to make decisions.
I make the decisions I find necessary. Or what? What are you gonna do? Use force? Then go ahead. Well, come on!
Module integrity compromised.
What did you do?
Module integrity compromised. Module integrity compromised.
So close, I'm losing my head.
What's that?
simulations in the lander. Got a hole in the lower deck, and everything covered in the shit.
So what do we do now?
Quietly and slowly. Let's go.
It's hard to breathe.
Get back.
What? Why?
It's here.
Run!
What happened? Are you okay?
The Trojan! The Trojan's in the laboratory!
Do you realize what you've done? You've brought it down here with you!
Can I get in here?
We don't know. The damaged generator and the cameras aren't working. We lost contact with the ship, so we have no video from space.
Here's the last video saved on the system. It was looking for a weak spot in the hull. It got in through the cooling system, where the steel is the thinnest.
So this thing is smart. It can think.
Whether it can think or not, if we smoke it out and weld the hole shut, it can't crawl back in.
But how? How can we smoke it out? We can't even see where it is.
We have to restore the security cameras and communications. The Trojan damaged the main generator, but the life support system is working. That means the backup generator is fine. We can connect the network and cameras to it.
We'll have to make our way blind to the fuse box with no idea where that bastard is. It's too risky.
It's all my fault. So I'll go.
I'll watch your six.
Steve.
We need to get out of there now.
Are you hurt?
How's the signal and the cameras?
All there. Back online.
Damn it. It's transmitting an EMP field stronger than the sphere. The electronics next to it are going crazy.
So what now?
Have you ever seen a raging bull running after the crowds down a narrow passage just before a bullfight? The bull wants to catch the runners, but it ends up in the arena with the matador. The Trojan is the bull. It also wants to catch us. We have a chance to lead it wherever we want, like outside the lander. It's a huge risk for everyone, but it's all worth it. The lander has 2 airlocks, the central one and the one in the lab. I'll be outside, in front of the open central hatch. I'll be the main decoy. The Trojan will chase me along the corridors. Once we get outside, you'll shut the entrance to the airlock behind it. Understood?
But in order to do all that, we need to get to the airlocks. And that's where the Trojan is.
We can isolate it in the main corridor here. The inner doors won't hold out long. They should buy us some time.
I'll lure him into the internet space and lock him in there. After the Trojan is blocked, each one of us will report to a specific location. David, you and I will open the air hatch in the labs. You'll wait for me there, while I go outside to be the bait for the Trojan. But in order for the Trojan to see me and come out, both sides of the airlock have to be open, outside and inside. That's why Leona will manually open the airlock and hide right here in the technical bay. When the Trojan comes after me, it will run over here, past the engine steering nozzles. There should be some fuel left. And if we turn the engine at the right moment, we won't just smoke it out. We'll roast it.
Get out of here, you ugly bastard! Hurry! It won't hold up much longer!
Don't panic. Release the Trojan. Hide in the tech bay. You can do it.
Turning on the engine.
Shit, it's not working. The Trojan is messing with the system. Steve, run! Engine's on. Leona, get out! Get out!
Ryan, the airlock! Shut the airlock!
Rest in peace, Frank.
Part of its tentacle was cut off by the door. And returned to the cave.
Pressurization complete. Oxygen levels returning to normal.
It won't get back in here.
But the sphere is under its control.
Not for long.
Amy? What is it?
It's the virus. It's already in our home. Literally. You shouldn't go on this mission.
Amy, what are you talking about? We discussed everything.
You've done enough. This isn't your mission.
Excuse me?
You're not even an astronaut.
You want me to walk out a week before the launch? What's gotten into you?
We are going to have a baby.
What?
Just stay. We'll work on the vaccine. I found a promising pathway. The mission will create a new Earth, but we could save this one. This is my blueprint for the vaccine. Please go over it.
I'm really happy. But it's such poor timing. I won't get to see him grow up.
Steve, I'm begging you, please stay with me. Stay with us.
I can't. I have to be there. I have to.
You've done everything you could. We can develop the vaccine now. I think I'm onto something.
I need to save the Earth. We have to study this creature. so we can understand what you're infected with. My guess, it's a biorobot. These are the same materials the sphere is made of. And they also change their properties when they come into contact with water. We studied it, never understanding that one of its functions was to create a Trojan.
Maybe they are much more advanced than we are. And better.
David, listen.
Tell me what you found.
The bacteria that infected you have an unusually powerful defense mechanism. I studied them, figured out how they work. This is what we spent all those years searching for. Your blood holds the key to the vaccine against the virus that's been destroying life on Earth.
It doesn't change anything.
Don't you understand? We can save the world. And it's all because of you. You are the real hero. I'll administer some painkillers. You'll feel better. Here goes nothing.
What was that?
David. It's a transponder. We can see the connection to the sphere. This is their way of colonizing planets.
How's it going?
It's a biorobot. We have to find a way to destroy it and restore the settings in the sphere.
No, Steve. Too many people have died because of you already.
Wait. What did you do? Did you lock me in?
You are under arrest, Steve.
Ryan. We have to work together. Or Peter and Frank and Leona. Otherwise they all die in
Cut
vain.
it out, Steve. People are expendable to you.
Ryan? Ryan! Ryan!
He's right. It was never the salvation of humanity that was most important to you, Steve. You always want to play the hero. And now you just want to win, and you don't care about other people's lives.
Amy, talk to me. I read your proposal. It looks truly promising. A real breakthrough. A chance to create the vaccine, finally, the real one. But I do need to go. For our sake. I don't know what I'll do without you. But I promise, I'll come back. I need you. Both of you. Tell him, or her, that Daddy, like a god, is out creating the new Earth.
You keep saying you're doing this to save everyone. But who is everyone? You don't see people around you. All you care about is you and your project. Why even bother? To be hailed as savior? Is that it?
To save our future.
I wonder what it is you're really trying to save.
Richard, you modeled the trajectories of the nearest stars.
That didn't give us anything. Where do you think you'll find that?
You said that when we made the jump, we moved along a coordinate axis that was inaccessible to us. And what if that axis wasn't spatial? Show us how these stars will look, accounting the expansion of the universe over 4 billion years.
Yes, recalculating.
We didn't move in space. We moved in time.
It's Ursa Major. And Orion. And there's the North Star. And our sun. And the earth was silent and empty. And the darkness over the abyss. That means that we're on Earth before the beginning of life itself.
About 4 billion years ago.
How did you figure that out?
This is the fragment that flew off the sphere when David fired at it. Here is the broken fragment. And here's the same piece on the bracelet I made for Amy. Because it's the exact same fragment. The sphere here and the old one on Earth are the exact same sphere, but in different times. Some civilizations sent the sphere on Earth to create a biosphere suitable for them, but something went wrong.
Well, that means no matter what we do here, we won't save the people on Earth.
There's only one option left. Tell Amy about those extraterrestrial bacteria and help her to create the vaccine.
How do you plan to do that?
We know that the sphere will remain in the cave until our time. And that I will make this fragment into a bracelet for Amy. I'll write her a message, telling her how to connect the spheres.
But Amy had the bracelet before we left. She didn't say anything about it.
I believe Amy will miss me. She will come for the bracelet, and sooner or later, she will see these inscriptions. What's left is to put the part back and reconfigure the system. For the life that we know will never appear. Neither will humanity.
Steve! Ryan is planning on blowing up the sphere.
Connect me to him.
He switched off his radio. You need to find him and explain everything. Go. I've reopened the airlock.
Stop right there.
Ryan. The sphere is our only chance.
Don't even try.
Okay. But your plan still won't work.
It will. You'll see.
You want to take the bomb to the cave, wait for the Trojan there, and blow it up along with the sphere. But what if it attacks you on the way?
Then I will go up and smoke with him.
And you will lose. After all, the sphere will continue to create the environment that the Trojan needs.
What do you suggest? You got a better idea?
Let's lure the Trojan into the lander, lock the airlocks, and blow it up here. David, why?
For Rita.
She died.
She hasn't died yet.
You're deranged.
I'm not. After what happened in the cave, I understand. The Trojan didn't kill me. And it doesn't do anything without a reason. It chose me. And I will help it. We weren't supposed to be here. We're a mistake. And you are the one who helped me understand that. I realize that we're all just like you, Steve. We weren't created right. We're a malfunction of the sphere. But I will fix it.
David, wake up! You can't help Rita like that!
She wouldn't be born to suffer. And she will not die at the age of 8. No one else will suffer, Steve, because there will never be any people to begin with.
People deserve a chance. David.
People don't change.
Encounter to mission. Encounter to mission. Encounter to mission. Encounter to mission. Come in, mission. Come on, guys. Encounter to mission.
Encounter to mission. Encounter to mission. Encounter to mission. Encounter to mission.
Richard.
Steve! Thank God. I saw the explosion on camera.
I thought you were all...
The Trojan's been destroyed.
What about Ryan?
You didn't make it. Steve, your oxygen levels are dropping.
Looks like some shrapnel pierced the tank. How much time do I have?
About an hour. Look, I'll land the ship and pick you up.
No. There's a storm here. You'll crash.
Well, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to the cave. I need to
Contact Amy. Land the ship as soon as the storm settles down.
Godspeed, Steve.
Please start working. Steve.
Amy?
Steve. Where are you?
I'm somewhere in the distant past.
What do you mean?
We don't have much time. I know how to save the Earth. You were on the right path. There's a mechanism that can help us create the vaccine. I saw it here with my own eyes. Can you write something down?
Sure.
You have to teach the plant cells to quickly identify any mutation of the virus. Here is the antigen formula. Amy, I promised I'd come back to see you. I'm so sorry.
No, Steve.
I only regret one thing. That I'll never hold you again. And our child.
We're connected, remember? You'll always be with me. With us.
I love you. Both of you.
Steve. Steve.
The earth, O Lord, is full of thy mercy. Teach me thy statutes. Teach me good judgment and knowledge. Before I was afflicted, I went astray. But now I have kept thy word. Thy hands have made me and fashioned me. Let thy tender mercies come unto me, that I may live.